right, welcome back, penny stock billionaires. We're here for the closing bell action stock charts. We're looking at SYTA, we're looking at ADTX, and we're looking at lottery. These three are on the move. Specifically, I'm very interested to see what happens with SYTA. We're going to go to that chart in just a minute, but first, just want to bring a lottery to your attention. I'm looking at the 15-minute chart. Let me pull this up so we can clearly see everything here. Okay, let me make this big over here. So that is your 15-minute chart. We got what's up, whoever that is. Okay, all right. Thank you for joining. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so we get again a breakout on the 50 moving average on the 15-minute chart. What we want to see is a move above, let's call it $1.25. We want to see this thing go to $1.25. That'll kind of give us a confirmation, also give us a breakout above the 200 moving average on the lottery chart, 15-minute chart. Let's see the 5 minutes. 5 minutes looks pretty good, and we're going to have a golden cross about to happen. That's going to set off the algo triggers. That could happen in the next 20 minutes, or it could happen by tomorrow. But that is something you definitely want to keep your eye on. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour we're still under the resistance lines of $1.18. Is this correct? Can't be right. Something doesn't add up here. Is it $1.18? Wait. Okay, let me pull that up. Yeah, we're under. Okay, so $1.18. We need to go above $1. We need to go above $1.20. I think $1.20 for lottery. That's the magic number. $1.20. $1.25 magic number, and then $1.35. That'll break out of the 200 moving average on the 1 hour chart. So those are the things we are looking for. And what about, let's get into SYTA. So this is stock we're watching into the close. It's been here. I'll tell you what I like about. I tell you what actually I love about this chart right here. By the way, everything here is paid content. This is all high risk stocks, not investment advice. So what do I love about this chart? By the way, I'm looking at the 1 hour chart. It looks like we have a beautiful wide base double bottom. Again, the bigger it goes, the bigger the bottom, the more it could support for an upside breakout. Okay, if you're building a 100-story building, again, talk about this in the book, 10-bagger blueprint. You're building a 100-story building. You got to have that deep foundation. And this is exactly what's happening right here. So we've been building a foundation with SYTA since the 17th, which is, how many days is that? That's the 17th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're 7 days. We're 7 days into building the base. I think this is enough. We should be like literally right here. Could be today, could be tomorrow, but next week, I think for SYTA is going to look amazing. We got an amazing setup for next week. The question is, I agree. I agree with you 100%. Look. Obviously, I'm extremely biased. You know that. You know that. But I think you're 100% right. I think the big move happens tomorrow. You know why? Because this market, this stock just likes to. Whenever I do these closing bell live streams, this stock likes to kind of just embarrass me. Just when I think it's going to break out, it just does nothing or it breaks down. Hopefully that doesn't happen today. But I think tomorrow is when the action is going to happen. Here's why. Nobody's watching it. Here's what I love about it. You had capitulation. That big bottom shows you we've had capitulation in this stock. Everybody is giving up on it. All the tourists are gone. All those day traders, the guys that came in through TikTok, they're all gone. They gave up. We got Marco. I think Marco is in our. Marco, you're in our penny stock billionaire early alerts, aren't you? I think you are, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, SYTA 4-5. He's not buying. I'm not buying, but okay, $4 or $5. Yeah, I think $4 or $5 next week is very possible. I think next week you could make a move. Now here's the thing: this merger, the big merger, this is the catalyst. This is the one and only thing that anybody cares about. We've been waiting for this for 3 weeks. That's been the thesis. And the opportunity, the problem in the opportunity is The market is impatient. All these retail people, they have no patience. Okay, you're seeing this happen with Fubo. Fubo is supposed to be well, Disney's going to be merging in basically with taking over 70% of Fubo, putting a bunch of money. It's a game changer for Fubo, FUBO. But that stock is it exploded. Then it's been kind of hanging around for the last 4 months, right? So the retail people, they don't have any patience. They can't wait for this thing, so they've given up. A lot of them probably bought at $6, $7, and now they sold last week at $2. You know what's going to happen when this thing starts running? They're going to buy again at $5. That's what I think is going to happen. My opinion. Again, not saying it's going there, but But that is yeah. Let's see. So tomorrow, I think it could happen tomorrow. Basically, tomorrow could be the move. Now, again, we've built a base. Now let's zoom in. So the 1 hour chart looks really good. Now, how about the 30-minute? 30-minute chart shows, again, you got that inverted head and shoulders right at the bottom, and we are above. We just broke above that 50 moving average. Okay, and then we did have on this chart, we had a couple of fake outs. Look at this. We had one, two. We've had twice. For the last three, almost a month now. 3 weeks we've had fake outs in the stock. We've had one after another. Here, 1, 2, 3. But it's happening again. This time it looks for real. It looks for real. Why? Because it matches up. It matches up with what we're seeing on the 1 hour chart. We have not been above the moving average on the 1 hour chart since the big move, like a month, almost a month. So this is the first time in a month we are above the moving average on the 1 hour chart. That is very, very bullish. They're going to buy at 5. That's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to buy at 5, and you know what's going to happen? Of course, stock is going to explode, goes to $5, and these guys, and then all of a sudden, this profit taking from the people who are buying it here, and those guys, they will panic at $4. It happens every time. You can't do anything about it. That's why I tell them you got to get the book. You got to get the 10-bagger blueprint. Now, let's see. What are we talking about here? We are talking about, guys, make sure go on socials and post this SYTA breakout. People, I don't know why the thing hasn't moved yet. I don't know why it hasn't moved, because if you're looking here on the 5-minute, we got the golden cross. There's your golden cross. You got a golden cross here on the 5-minute charts. Why haven't we seen a big move yet? We saw it a couple times. We've seen it multiple times. By the way, ADTX, we had a big one yesterday. On the ADTX chart, we put out the alert, again, to people in our early alerts group, and huge move yesterday. It was like, it moved, 50 cents on a dollar something stock. So we had a massive move yesterday on ADTX with that golden cross. Why is it not happening here yet? I should say yet. Now, again, look at this. We're above the 200 moving average, and this is a beautiful pattern. Wow, look at this pattern. This is a beauty. It really is a beauty. I mean, this thing just wants to go. Oh my God, this thing just wants to go. I mean, this is a beautiful set. It doesn't get any better than this. I'm gonna while I'm doing this, I'm going to post this. While we do this, I'm taking a little thing here. I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful setup here. Wow. I mean, this thing really could just go to like literally $3 right now. I mean, that it's got that setup. It's got that setup, and it could happen. I mean, we've seen that with SYTA, where the algos get triggered. So what I'm doing right now, I'm going to send this to our premium subscribers right now. That's right, the Penny Stock Billionaire Gang Telegram. I'm putting that out right now. That's right. This is as good as it gets. Yeah. This setup here right now on this 15-minute chart on SYTA is, I mean, it's a perfect breakout setup. Again, we broke above the 50 moving average. We broke above the 200, pulled back, tested, retested, and now it's bouncing off that support. Now, I'd like to see this thing go above 205 just for confirmation. Is it going to happen? We got 9 minutes to go. So, Beautiful, beautiful chart. I mean, this is a perfect 10. Not enough volume. Not enough volume. No, I think that's pretty good volume actually. Well, what's the volume on SYTA? Hang on. I'll pull this up here. What are we doing on SYTA? We're at 760. It's not bad. Listen, the stock was trading an average of 100,000 shares a day before we got involved, right? So yeah, we've had 100 million share days, right? We've had 100. Okay, so it needs to, I think it's enough here. I think it's actually enough. I think it can move off this volume, and the volume can come in very, very quickly. It can come in super quick. Okay, I guess SYTA is gonna leave us frustrated here. So I'll tell you what. Let me go to ADTX. ADTX. What is? Oh, wrong stock. Wrong stock. Yeah. Could be $8. Okay, what's going on with ADTX? Okay, so we introduced it yesterday. Anybody on our early alerts? Again, guys, if you want to get the early alerts, if you want to get in early, we'll get the premium membership. Click the link in the bio or in the video description below for the premium membership, private Telegram group, and all that. So those guys get the early alert at $1.35. And you want to know, how does it work? Well, how do the early alerts work? Look at this. Parker Clark. He's had the book for over almost 2 years. You know what? I'm glad you didn't take action until now. I'm glad you didn't take action until now, because the mistake is I was dealing with these Canadian bullshit companies for the last, up until now, recently, and it was a total waste of time. These Canadian CEOs, they're just mooch bums. I mean, they have no ambition. They're lazy and they're stupid. And then you have the Canadian regulators, which are corrupt and stupid and inept. That's the Canadian regulatory. So it makes it impossible to promote stocks, and they hate success. They're basically socialists. Okay, they're socialists. It's like the guy who's running for mayor of New York. Imagine that guy. He wants to. So the guy who's running for mayor of New York, he's ready to win. I mean, he's the Democratic nominee for mayor of the most important city in the world. He wants the government to take over supermarkets or groceries. That's right, the mayor, the guy who wants to be mayor of New York, ready to go. This guy's he wants to have governments run the supermarkets. Now, I remember living in a country where the government ran the supermarkets. It was called the Soviet Union, and when I left in 1979, I remember when I was a kid, I was like 5, 6 years old. The shelves were empty. Why? Because the government doesn't know how to run a business. Okay, and they only had one product. It's a recipe. Anyway, so don't get me started on the socialists, but Canada's socialists. Anyway, these stocks are great right now. Yeah, that's right. They're going to be the 51st state, the governor. They're going to be the governor, and then we got to get rid of these Canadian bums. LITM is on the move. Okay, listen. Now the CEO of LITM is Canadian, so we're going to be nice. Oh, look at this! Holy shit! Finally, we have an action stock right now. Literally Breakout. By the way, huge news. Oh, this is the real deal, guys. This is the real deal. Hang on a second. This is the real deal. Listen, thank you for bringing it up to my attention, because I was not looking at it. Palantir is investing in nuclear. Why? Because they need the data centers. They need all that stuff. Yeah, this is big. Hang on a second. Thank you for bringing it up. Breakout. Let me pop this in here. Yeah, this thing is ready to go. This thing could run to $7, no problem. Let me just put this out here. Let's put this out to first our premium group. First call to our monthly membership. Yep. Yeah, LITM breakout here on the 50 and the 200. We got confirmation. We wanted to clear maybe 375, and this thing could run to $5, $6. we got that gap. I think it's still at 550 or so. But yeah, this could be a fast $2 profit here for the degenerate swing traders. Let's see. Okay, let me post this over here. Let's go here on X. Let's do that. Okay. Yeah, this thing is so the big news is Palantir. You get all the data centers, all these AI people, they're Amazon, they're all getting in on the uranium, on the nuclear, building those SMR, small medium reactors. We got to get the CEO of LITM on the live stream. Okay, so yeah, so LITM is on the move. What's going on? Let's zoom in on the 5-minute chart. Wow, that's a big run. Look at that. Just all of a sudden started running just in the last little bit here. Okay, how about this? How about Seattle? Let me go back to Seattle. Anything happening? Are we cooked? Oh, there we go. We got 201. We got the breakout. Guys, this is it. 2 minutes to the bell. This is it. It's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. This is it. This is, I've said it many times. I know I've said it many times. This is the one. This is the one. I'm telling you. This is the one. This is it. If it's ever, I mean, here we go. Hang on, let me do the alert right now. Here we go. SYTA breaking out on the charts. We're over $2. Is it gonna? We got 2 minutes to go. Are we gonna make a run for like a 50-cent run? Let's see. But tomorrow, put this on your watch list for tomorrow. This thing could have a huge move tomorrow. It's ready to go tomorrow. Yeah, ready, absolutely ready to go tomorrow. Wow. C++. Thank you for bringing it up. I haven't watched it in a little while because it's been so quiet, that stock. All right, look at that. 201. It's amazing. This thing, in a normal market, this thing would be already $3. I think it's just so many people have gotten burned with those fake outs, but this looks real. This looks like the real deal. This looks like the real breakout here. We got the golden cross. When are the algos going to kick in? Oh, look at this. Oh my God. I mean, seriously, guys, this is the best. I promise you. I mean, like, I don't know how to say it. This is the best looking chart, like right here. This setup is the best looking setup I've seen in a long time. This is, you got it. Like, I'm going to say 90% probability of this thing doubling. I'm willing to go on the record. If this is not going to break out big time here, I'm not going to go on the air for a week. Okay, I'll do that. So we're at 203. So we're on the move here. This is the perfect setup. This is the perfect setup right here. Wow. Go on social media, post this breakout, SYTA SYTA breakout, and look at this. Nobody's watching. It's amazing. We only have 100 people here. Oh, here we go. That's it. Closing bell. Didn't it only went to 203. Okay, so what's going on with ADTX? A little bit disappointing today, frankly, a little bit disappointing. Let's go on a 5-minute chart here. This thing was ready to go today. We were forming like this kind of maybe a cup and handle, if you will, ready to break out, and then it just kind of fell apart. I mean, we were doing the live stream, and by the way, I think the CEO did a great job with the live stream. I think he did, as much as you can do. So I think he did a really good job. Again, first appearance. But the stock did all of a sudden start going down while he was on. It was very weird. Again, not blaming him. These things happen. It's just it's like when I do a live stream, all of a sudden when I'm excited, the stock starts going down. Like, for example, do you guys remember when I was doing that Seattle live stream, the closing bell live stream, and the stock completely collapsed? Like, literally, as I said, it was ready to break. It just like somebody hit, like somebody must have dumped like a couple 100,000 shares and just went right through the floor. So what's going on? I think this thing is being heavily shorted, and they're trying to push it down. They're watching the same moving averages we are. They're watching these same things, right? They're trying to run the stops. I don't think this thing wants to go down, because look, if it wanted to go down, it would have already collapsed. You have buyers coming in at these levels, right? So you have buyers coming in at these levels. So I would not, I wouldn't take that too seriously. Now, again, this chart is not looking good, frankly. This is not a good looking chart. It looks like it might want to test support at $146. It could happen. It could happen. You know, it could. It's kind of in the balance right now. Again, the fundamentals here are really, really interesting. Again, this thing could be worth, you know, $10, $5, $10 a share based on the fundamentals, based on everything happening. But why is you know, today's action was very strange. I'm taken aback by ADTX not having a strong follow through. 2 million shares, not a lot of volume. Here we are, we're at $1.56. Kind of, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in ADTX today. It is what it is. Okay, SYTA, $2. So after hours action, not too exciting. Okay, how about LITM? LITM follow through. LITM is following through. LITM. Look at that. Hang on a second. Let's do the. Yeah, this is the 1 hour chart. Okay, so what are we looking for? On the 1 hour chart, we're looking for the gap to close to 557. So we got $2 here. We got $2 to play with, basically. It's probably going to overshoot. So the potential here is $2. Short term. We're talking about short term. Okay, when is SYTA? Okay. Yeah, it's a right, like a little, again, I'm going to repeat myself like a millionth time. And again, I'm only getting this from the company right around now. Like, I mean, we said it was going to close 30 to 60 days potentially. And we said that 30 days ago, right? So a month ago. And here we are. So we're, you know, it's kind of like, you know, when somebody's pregnant, you know, they're supposed to give birth. You know, it could be, you know, I don't know. Do people give birth not exactly 9 months after conception? You know, humans, animal, I don't know. I don't think it's exactly, it could be off by a couple days. It could be off. So same thing here. I mean, you know, it could be off by a few days. I don't know. Will SYTA exceed $10? I think so. C plus, we got the big gap, huge gap right there. I think the gap is going to be to $6. So I think the upside here is $6 on LITM. So I would say LITM needs to be on your watch list. I'm going to do a video for TikTok on LITM. We haven't done an LITM video in a while. We haven't done an LITM video in a while. No, I don't. Honestly, I have no idea. I have no idea. I mean, they're telling me, okay, but I'm going to give you exactly what the company's telling me. So essentially, and we said this before, they're waiting for comments from NASDAQ, right? NASDAQ has to approve the deal. And they need to have, I guess, like a certain shareholder equity and blah, 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 and this and that. So my understanding is they have right now, they got the latest round of questions, actually not comments, it's just questions. So they're asking, like, you know, they want to see the latest financials, basically. From what my understanding is they're asking for the latest financials with core gaming. Not SYTA's, but they want core gaming's financials, is my understanding. Both. So if this thing gets action next week, again, they could announce this thing next week. You know, they could announce it next week, and then this thing is going to run. Because right now, look, if people knew for sure that this thing was going to close, the stock would be $10. You saw what was happening, right? Because people saw the potential. But, you know, they have no patience and they don't believe it then. And if the stock starts dropping, then they lose faith, right? Because it's the market, right? Hoth, by the way, Hoth. Oh, let me see Hoth. What's going on with Hoth? I haven't looked at Hoth in a little bit here. Hoth is a little bit quiet, but it's ready to go. We're going to have a live stream with the CEO tomorrow. 12:30. I'm going to put it on the calendar. Guys, put this on your calendar. I haven't even announced it yet. You're getting insider information here. Live stream with Hoth tomorrow. This chart is not looking good here on the 15-minute, 5-minute. 5 minutes, okay. 1 hour is okay. Yeah, I think this thing is looking for an excuse to go. Looking for an excuse to run, basically, is what's going on. Look at this. SYTA following through after hours, 203. 203. Follow through. You know what? Okay, so we're looking at next number is going to be this 227. And you know how this thing can rip. This thing can rip. I mean, this thing, when this thing runs, it runs. It runs. Yeah, so look, bottom line is I think SYTA is short term. If people start to see, okay, the deal's happening, the thing could run back to $5-7 short term, 5 to 7 short term. When the deal closes, then that's a whole new ball game. Then you're going to get the valuation based on the revenues, and that is our thesis for $20. Meaning, again, $80 million valuation times 10x multiple, because that's what the comps are trading for. That's App 11, 800 million. SYTA gets 80 million. Let's call it 100 to round it up with their business, and that's basically like it's like a 10x from here. So the thing should be worth $15 a share minimum day one. But then of course also you have the growth. So but that's going to be up to the new CEO, of the company. So all right, there we are. We had a pretty uneventful close. Actually, I shouldn't say uneventful, because we actually had some pretty good action here. Let's look at this. LITM follow through after hours. LITM looking good. So LITM looking good. And ADTX today, though, I am a little bit disappointed in the action in ADTX. Looks like it's going to bounce after hours. It should have come back a little bit stronger. It should have had a nice day. Why didn't it? It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. Hang on a second. Let me pull up the comment here. Where's that comment? Where is that guy? The book. There we go. Parker. Make sure to leave a review. We have, some people have left bad reviews because we have spelling errors, grammatical errors in the book. This book was written before we had that AI, the Chat GPT. They didn't have this. If I waited a few more months, if I waited like literally 2 months, I could have had the book proofread for free by Chat GPT, and it could have also rewritten it better. But this is this could be the last handwritten book. This is the last handwritten book, because when I do the revision, let me tell you what I'm going to do. When I do the revised version, which is going to come out, I'm going to run it all through Chat GPT to rewrite, make things easier, spell check, all that. So this is the last of the Mohicans, made by hand, handmade. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know how long it took me to write? It's actually a very small book, but maybe I'm not that bright. I don't know, because the idea is there are actually a lot of big concepts. There's a lot of important concepts. I think there's actually a lot of novel concepts, to be honest. Not to toot my own horn. I think there's a lot of novel concepts in the book, which that's why it took a while to write, because I had to, articulate the stuff, and it's hard to, I'm like a trailblazer creating this book. Anyway, a link is in the bio, and if you want to get into our what do you call it, the WAP group, that's where we have the top secret early alerts. How does it work? You're all asking, how does it work? How does the thing work, right? So here's the deal. You already know that we have, let me see, is my presentation up here? Is this up? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a sales pitch right here. I'm gonna give you the sales pitch right here, because I got this chart. Okay, here's the deal. We're gonna actually have a video course. It's gonna be a live video course, right? That's what we're gonna have on coming up on this program, right? But here's the real benefits, because it's not cheap. It's not a cheap program. It's $195 a month, right? But here's what the ROI is. The ROI is this. You get early alerts whenever we launch a new stock. We're going to be launching at least 2 stocks in every month for the next 2 months, because we got a bunch of companies in the pipeline right now. So, and I'm very careful about who we put in. So we want it to be hot right out of the gate, just like with ADTX, which ran 80%. That could have gone higher. Again, these things they're all unique. It's like a unique organic animal. They're all different. So some might triple in the first day, right? Like we've had lottery. I think lottery did really well the first day. You never know. You have no idea how they're going to do the first day. But what I'm looking for is I'm looking for something which has such a deep value going in that it's almost like a guarantee it's going to double. You have deep value, something that's trading 75% below its real true value. So anyway, here's the deal. You're going to get the early alerts, meaning instead of like you waiting by your computer on all our different social platforms, because we have Twitter, we have StockTwits, YouTube, everywhere, Telegram, we have a bunch of different places, Discord. So instead of you having to wait around when we announce the thing, because we have to announce it in public, we really have to, because just for compliance with the insider trading regulations, so it's public disclosure, we want it to be in a public place, right? So we put it out on a public platform, but you don't know what time it's going to be. But if you're a member, we're going to tell you exactly what time. We're going to tell you exactly what time you can expect to see the new stock. We're not going to tell you the name first. We're going to tell you where it's going to be, exactly where and at what time. So that way it gives you a heads up. It gives you a valuable 30, probably a 60-second heads up, right? Which is very valuable. Listen, a stock can triple in 60 seconds. Okay, we've seen that happen already. You guys have seen it with your own eyes. And now, so that's number one. You get that benefit. And listen, if you're trading $5,000, if you make 50% once, that's 25. You're going to make 10 times your money with this. It's like I think you can't afford not to have this. But okay, I'm not here to hard sell you on this. But anyway, you get the trading signals, because what I'm doing is, the old Telegram, the public one, some people are saying, oh, you got too many trading signals, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's not for everybody. I don't want to, have them, but for the people on this program, they're serious about it. So from now on, what I've been doing since we launched this is all the trading signals are going there. And we actually had some pretty good ones. Yesterday, we gave a signal on ADTX before the Golden Cross. I gave that to the people in our membership group first, so they were able to make money, right? And then we went everywhere else. But the people in our group had that, they had the first thing. Okay, so anyway, here's how it works. You get the early alerts. It goes something like this. This is our Telegram. This is a screenshot from Telegram. So we're going to tell you, okay, new stock, in what time and where. So we're going to give you the early alerts. You're going to know exactly what time and where. So you can get in at the ground floor. You can be prepared to put in your buy order right away. The other people, the unwashed masses, the riffraff, the hoi polloi, the riffraff, they're going to have to kind of scramble around, look around. They're probably going to miss it because they don't know what time it's going to be announced. They don't have any notifications, right? So they're going to miss it. Only the people, and that's fine. I don't want everybody jumping in all at once. Also, we're going to give you the trading signals like this only on the private channel. I'm not doing it anymore on the public channel, because I think a lot of people like it, but if they're not willing to pay for it, why should I give it over there? I'd rather give it to the people who it's valuable for. Otherwise, I don't want to create a bunch of whatever. And then we're going to have, of course, the course, which is going to be this book. The video course is coming out. I just got to figure out how to get the camera to work on this program, because for some reason it wasn't cooperating. But we're going to get the camera going, and then we'll do the course. So it's actually quite valuable. So let me show you something here. Here is the value proposition. Basically, you're going to make 10 times your money with this. Your upside is 10x, because your investment is $195, $200, right? So let's say you put $5,000 into one stock every month. You make 50%, that's 2,500 bucks. That's 10 times your money. Let's say you're playing with 10 grand per idea, right? You're basically making 10 grand a month. Basically, you're doubling your money every month. If we have, think of it, if we have 2 new ideas each month and you get a 50% edge, and you're not going to get that 50% extra unless you get in early. You're just not, because you're not going to know quick enough. You're not going to know what you're going to miss out unless you remember. Because if you remember, you're going to know exactly what time. Otherwise, what are you going to do? You're going to sit in front of your computer all day and look at all the different channels? You could. I mean, if you're, I don't know, if your time is worth, it's not worth a lot, then you could do that. But, if you have like a, normal job or whatever, this is the way to go. So this is some of our, winner. This is why it's important to get in early. This shows you. So lottery, you had this massive move. The first day, this is day one, lottery, day one, from 78 cents to $1.90, day one, 150%. Again, the big money was made in that first, 20 minutes. Hoth, same thing. Actually, Hoth was in the first like 30 seconds. Okay. SYTA, same thing. And I'm gonna add ADTX to it. ADTX is going to be the next chart I'm going to add to it. So again, every one of the stocks we introduce here explodes day one. ADTX nearly doubled, up 85%. And, then some people were saying, well, you're putting out the same information for free everywhere else, 5 minutes later. Yeah, I am. But if you haven't, but when you know exactly where it is, you got a 5-minute heads up and the stock is cheaper by, whatever it is, right? So if you're trading even 5 grand, it's a couple $1,000. You have a couple $1,000 edge just on a $5,000 trade. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Listen, if some people get it, some don't get it. I'm not here to like sell you on. I don't want to have too many people in the group. I only want to have like a limited number of people, because the fewer people there are, the more powerful it's going to be. If I have 1,000 people in the group, I'll make a bunch of money, but it's not going to be effective anymore. So I'd rather it be effective. So anyway, bottom line is, if you're interested, see the link in the bio. It's the early alerts. See the link in the bio. And we're going to be launching the next new stock in about 10 days. Actually, right after I get off the phone with you guys, I got to talk to the CEO of the potential new stock we're going to be working with in about 10 days, maybe after the 4th of July and all that. Okay, let's do a quick let me see. Let's pull up after hours action. Let's look at SYTA. Is SYTA doing anything? Not much. How about LITN? Nah, a little quiet. Okay. Hoth. Okay, a little bit of action. $1.19. Breakout on Hoth has a very good setup for tomorrow, by the way. You want to add Hoth to your watch list, by the way, guys. For tomorrow's action stocks, I believe SYTA, Hoth, LITM. What about lottery? Lottery, I don't know. Tomorrow, I don't think lottery is going to run tomorrow. I think what's going to run tomorrow is SYTA, Hoth, and LITM. That's the game plan for tomorrow. Okay, let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments below. Here's to your 100x, and of course, get the book on Amazon. Click the link in the bio. See you in the next one. See you tomorrow, maybe.